Thank you for joining me for this my blog American in Russia, where I tell you how Russians live in Russia. So this past weekend we had March 8th, which is International Women's Day. And for those who don't know the history, it is the kind of movement for the rights of the woman. It started way back in 1850s, somewhere in New York and Great Britain, where women demanded equal rights, better work conditions, 8-hour working day, and they eventually succeeded, which is really good. And after that, in the early 1900s, they started to demand the right to vote, and they eventually succeeded as well. So what happened in Russia? Basically, nothing like this happened. In the early 1900s, revolution happened in Russia. So no more tsars, no more kings. They had no kings, so it's tsars. And the new government stepped in, which is Soviet Union. It was absolutely new type of government that never happened in entire history yet. So they wanted to prove that they are most progressive, most interesting government in the world. So they wanted to show that their government is the most progressive in the world, and they just gave all these rights to the women. And that's why in Russia it went so easy. And so since then, that time, it is official holiday in Russia, the March 8th, International Women's Day, on which people do not work. So basically, if it's the middle of the week, people do not work on that day. And if actually it goes, it is Friday, if it is Saturday or Sunday, the holiday is actually postponed on Monday. So you have 3 non-working days, which is really cool. So one of the most interesting part is that basically all the men in your family or around you entitled of giving you flowers on that day. So what you can see on the March 8th and 7th and 6th, maybe everybody, like men, running around with flowers, give it to the employees, women colleagues, the grandmas, aunties, daughters, women like lovers and wives to everybody, because women are actually expecting that. And that day of celebrating the beauty, the women's beauty, being a woman in general. And flowers, of course, on that day are super expensive. For you to understand, this flower cost 100 ruble per flower. Next day, they cost like a bunch of them for 100, which is really funny. But yeah, women all expect on flowers on that day. I did not expect, but I got a lot of flowers. I got them from my students. I got them from some admirers, and in general, they are just floating around. So right now, my apartment reminds a field full of flowers. It's so beautiful, and it kind of melts my heart. The only bad thing about that is that they kind of die in the same day, which is kind of sad. Got another delivery. Oh, they're fresh and they're my favorite, actually. Let it stand here. Flower business in Russia is really big. Sometimes I question myself how flower shops survive in New York City, for example, because I have never seen a man with a flower over there. Maybe just weddings and stuff, but in general, like every day, I don't know how they survive. Here, flower shops making the killing. As far as I know, on that day, March 8th, flower shops make the year profit on men giving flowers to women. Imagine that. That's a really good business. So that's basically what happens on March 8th. It's really cool. I haven't heard anything like that in Europe or in the States, and I don't think that kind of exists. This holiday is really big in Russia and in Ukraine, in post-Soviet Union countries. All of them are celebrating this holiday really widely. So that is all for today. Thank you for your attention and staying with me. Subscribe, send me a message which topics would be interesting for you and you want me to cover. Next, Russia is big. It has a lot of customs, very interesting lifestyle and philosophy. So let me know what you're interested in, and I will see you next time. Bye.